I just finished Cobra Kai season 3. You like my hat, by the way? Love this hat. I just finished Cobra Kai season 3, so I thought I would get on and talk about it. Um, I really liked season 1. I was a big fan of season 1. Um, Kind of mixed feelings about season 2. Wasn't totally into it. It felt a little messy to me. But I definitely 100% came around to it in season 3. I think season 3 is actually my favorite season, if I'm being honest. I just feel like the move to YouTube was such a good move. I mean, YouTube picked it up because YouTube Red really wasn't doing much with it. I think if it stayed on YouTube Red, it probably would have died. Unfortunately, YouTube Red. I don't know anybody that really has a subscription to YouTube Red. Most people also have it just to watch things without ads. But glad Netflix picked up Cobra Kai for season 3 and season 4. However many seasons it's going on 4 after this. But really loved season 3. I think everybody brought their A game to this season, and I love the way they structured this season. It was beautiful. I know people. I've read reviews saying it's suffering the same thing as the Star Wars sequels, but I don't think so. I honestly think it is something that is doing justice to the original story, the original characters. Obviously, Pat Morita isn't with us anymore, so we can't have Mr. Miyagi. But let me bring up the cast list here because I always forget their names. That's the thing. I have issues bringing up names. But overall, fantastic season. I really enjoyed it. It was I breezed through it. It's really easy to get through. I love what they're doing with the adults in season 3. I think the story with the adults was stronger. The kids. That their story didn't really capture my attention too much. It's a lot of sort of, it's a lot of teenage drama, but they also know karate, so there's a lot of that going on. But I really loved the story with Danny, especially when his car dealership was in danger of losing their contract with. I forgot what they called it. It was the Toyota substitute. But I love the episodes where Danny goes back to Japan and meets I forget the characters' names from Karate Kid 2, I believe, or 3, and he kind of reconnects with those characters, and it's just so much fun, and there's so much levity to it, and it feels so good to watch, and I love all the connective tissue they have with these episodes to the movies. They're just really bringing it all back around. They're integrating a lot of it. I wonder if they're going to do Hilary Swank at some point to bring her into it. I don't think the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie is in canon with Jackie Chan, but I mean, they could make it in canon if they wanted to, but I don't think they will. But I really like this. If you kind of checked out after season 2, then I recommend you watch season 3. The fights are a lot cooler. I mean, hopefully you're not watching. You're watching this and you've already seen it, but because I just spoiled it. But I really liked it. I think the characters have become a lot stronger. I want to see more of Danny's wife. I want to see more of what's her name? Amanda? Yeah, Amanda LaRusso. Courtney Hengler, I think is how you pronounce her name. I've seen her in a ton of other things, and she always plays she plays like sort of secondary, tertiary characters, but I'd like to see her kick more ass. When she slapped Kreese in the face, I was like, this is what I want to see. I want to see Dan. I want to see the scrappiness of Amanda. I want to see. I want to hear more of their story. How did Danny, how did they like get together? What did they see in each other? When I want more of the backstory with Daniel's son and Amanda. I think that would be pretty interesting for a follow-up season. Obviously, next season they're gonna have to deal with the tournament and with Kreese and trying to run him out of town and dealing with Johnny dealing with getting kind of Robbie back or in his corner. He's never been in his corner, but I think that's gonna be a big through line in season 4. But yeah, altogether the fights were great. I really like Jolo Miguel. He's doing a great job. I like the whole sort of thing where alternative therapy that Johnny gives Miguel to get him back on his feet. And I did not expect to see Dee Snider on the show, so that was pretty funny. Also, that's another thing about the show. It's hilarious. The show is really funny. Johnny is, hysterical character. Zapka brings a lot of energy to the role. He's really fun to watch on screen. The character Johnny Lawrence is a really fun character to watch. I really like how this show has pretty much redeemed him from the Karate Kid. Going back and watching that now, it feels completely different, and not in a bad way. It feels like these are two kids that they were kids coming from very similar but different circumstances, that it kind of all started, which I'll get into, kind of all started that day on the beach when Daniel was playing soccer and kind of chatting up Allie, and then Johnny sees that, and that was in the show they talk about how that was his first love, his first real girlfriend, and how he felt intimidated by Danny and angry, and obviously he was in Cobra Kai, so when Kreese taught him, if you feel that way, you got to do something about it. You got to no mercy kind of thing. But the whole thing with bringing Allie back was really great. I thought that was essential tissue for the show that needed to happen. Because she's basically the common thread with them too. She's kind of the reason why the whole feud started in the first place, because they both were into her. They both had a thing for her. They both dated her. Johnny feels like Daniel basically stole him from her, but Johnny also had issues and he wasn't a good boyfriend. And they talk about that in the show. Johnny loved her, but he was also, dealing with his garbage, and he was in Cobra Kai, so he was being manipulated by Kreese, and, they get into all that in the Christmas dinner scene, while also the fights happening at the LaRusso houses, the LaRusso house towards the end of the season. It's just a lot of cool threads. They do backstory in Kreese in Vietnam and all that stuff, which I feel like is going to be a way to kind of redeem him, and maybe something will click for him. I don't know if they're going to redeem Kreese. I mean, they did it with Johnny, but I feel like Kreese is being set up to be an irredeemable character. He's kind of like, there was a line about the snowflake generation, and I think there was a season finale episode. So he's one of those people. As, we probably all assumed. He's a little bit too hard around the edges, too rough around the edges. Was basically going to try to kill Johnny, was basically going to try to kill Danny, until he used the moves he learned in Japan by Chosen, to kind of render him kind of limp, so to speak. But yeah, I really enjoyed season 3 of Cobra Kai. Check it out if you watched it. Let me know your thoughts, favorite parts. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. But looking forward to season 4. I don't know when it's going to happen, but we're definitely getting it. I think this show is only picking up speed. I don't think it's slowing down, which is cool to see. I think it's a good show. I think we're going to get at least another 2 or 3 seasons out of it. I think they said they're going to do up to 6 if they can. They have a story for up to 6, which I think is 6 is a solid amount of seasons for a TV show, especially a show that's a reboot of an old franchise or movie series, trilogy. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel and whatnot. And I'll see you guys soon.